Hello, and welcome to Heretical. Right, so, got to create a profile. I'm covering this as part of my coverage of the Steam Next Fest. Lots of demos coming out this week because of it, and plenty on the channel if you want to look at any of the other demos I've been checking out. But yes, today we're looking at Heretical, which is, the way this is pictured, it essentially seems to be Dark Souls but a roguelike, which is not unique as a concept. It's been done before, probably most notably in Dead Cells. I'm also thinking by the sound of the music I might need to turn this down a little bit more. Let's just nudge that down to maybe 3 there. We'll see how that goes. We'll make a start. Right, it looks like we've only got maybe one character to choose from at the moment. I'm not seeing any other characters. We get a starting ability, Shield Bash. Every 7 seconds, gain a shield which absorbs the next frontal direct hit. When it breaks, deal damage based on block force in a core in front of it. Okay, so it's a passive. Okay. We're a slave warrior. In days long past, Harold, once a humble farmer, tilled the land beneath the sun's warm gaze. But malevolent crusaders descended, turning his peaceful life to ashes. We're proficient in heavy armor. So we're a master of heavy armor. We're adept at medium armor, so we probably want to wear heavier armor. We want to be using shields, and then one-handed swords, one-handed axes, one-handed maces. He's got some experience with a bow. Interesting. I wonder if it's going to be like Rogue Legacy then, where maybe each time we come back we'll have multiple choices here and they'll have different abilities and things. Anyway, I'm curious to find out. And here we go. Sanctuary of the Fallen, and you can probably already... Okay, yeah, it's... still giving me prompts for keyboard and mouse, even though I'm now using a controller. Filled Helmet of Intelligence. Magic Helmet, 12 armor, but 4 intelligence. Yeah, it's gonna bug me that it's not giving me the correct on-screen prompts for the controller. Yeah, all the on-screen prompts are for keyboard, which is really bugging me. Ooh, I don't like that. Dash in the direction you are moving, press space. No, it's press A. Right. So let's figure out the buttons. So X does that. R1 allows me to, I guess, pick up things on the ground. Get 'em! Yeah, Equip. Okay, B appears to be interact. Among the timeless graves, nobles and wretch lie here, all the same, indistinguishable to time. I've got some kind of potion. What would be inventory then, I wonder? Okay, the directional buttons seem to mess with zooming in and out. It's got a very odd control layout, I'll give it that much. Right. Hover over unit to make it a current target. What? But I'm using a keyboard. How me do this? Me no understand. I'm not using a keyboard, I'm using a controller. Thing is as well, the game, well I mean you saw it, the game literally at the beginning says, we recommend a controller, and then it's not giving me the controller prompts. So, a bit bugged. I mean I don't know what they expect me to do, like, do they expect me to rip my mouse and keyboard out of the controller so that it doesn't, so it only does it expect me to rip my mouse and keyboard out of the computer so that only the controller's plugged in or something? So that it's not getting input from them. Like, what's... Ah. Ow. I'm just getting pecked at by archers. Okay. Behemoth clutches. Yeah. Use this, okay. Interesting. Right. Let's open this, see what we've got. Potion of some description. And another potion. I'm going to use the key of my mouse just to... Oh! So it is the pause button to... Ah, right, so it's on here, right, I see, I think. So what are those potions doing? Are they maybe giving me stat ups? I like that when you hover over stuff, it tells you on the side what it's actually doing for your skills. Like it hovers, like highlights. Oh, it's affecting these things. It's quite nice. Okay. I would say, if I would say anything at the moment, they just need to work out, you know, the prompts on the UI, like how it says Q and F at the bottom. I have no idea what it wants me to do on the controller for those. I don't know what they are. Like if I go over here, you have unclaimed skills. Click to claim them. You have unclaimed items. Okay. Ah, so L1 and R1 are doing that. Okay, so I've got a skill. I think we'll just use this for the menus. Magma Orb, Spark, or Dragon's Breath. So basically, let's see. So when you attack, launch a fiery orb at your target, dealing area damage and burning enemies in an area. Every time you deal fire damage, increase the damage of your next Magma Orb. So every 5 seconds when we attack, that'll launch. Every few seconds, a lightning bolt flies towards the nearest enemy, dealing lightning damage. 4-second cooldown. Every 5th attack spawns a fiery wave that does fire damage to enemies in a cone in front of you, causing them to burn. And that's just every 5th attack. No cooldown. I can't select. Ah, there. Okay. Confirm. Yeah, I think they need to work on the UI. Oh dear. Oh. Oh, it is going to his second phase. Uh-oh. He punched me off the side. Okay, let's see what happens on death. So it's Harold again, right, so you don't get a new character. I was half expecting something like Rogue Legacy-esque to start happening, where each time we'd get a choice of like several different guys. Right, we know a bit more about what we're doing now. Okay. Oh, I've got a bow now. Ah, so if I press Y or triangle, or PlayStation uses it, it allows me to equip a bow. Interesting. Okay. Oh. Get rid of this warrior first. Rush down the archer. Shoot this guy. Yeah, you have to get like close enough that it locks on. Okay. A foe impaler. I don't think that's exactly an impaler. It looks like a mace, so it's probably more like a foe bludgeoner. Electric cracked wand of haste. No. Sage robe, less armor, better lining resist. No, because we're more of a heavily armored guy, aren't we? So we should stick with the armor and so on. Okay, yeah, we are. We are significantly more effective now. Doesn't move. Oh, is it already open now? Has that stayed? I'm not sure how we're recovering health, but we seem to be. I'm wondering if maybe we get like some regen on kill or something. Or maybe it's like as we level up. Right. Okay. Let's get some of these things sorted then. So, every third attack becomes brutal. It becomes brutal, dealing additional physical damage and halving Oh, and having increased armor pen. When dashing, plant a trap which, when activated, does decay damage over time and slows enemies in a small radius. We've seen Spark already. Let's go with Execute. So every few attacks we'll do a big attack. Our mace is amazing, so let's not get rid. I'll take a new shield though. 9% increased proc chance. Proc chance of what? We'll just keep the frost resist. Right, so this time let's try not to stay on that side of the cliff. Okay, just go for the kill, go for the kill. Get him, get him. There we go. Second time is apparently the charm. Right, we're nearing the top of this, whatever this is, and whatever the hell that is. It looks like Cthulhu's taken over. Ah, you've finally arrived. Come. The stars spoke of your arrival, and here you are, as prophesied. I am the Oracle, allied only to the inevitable future. And this is your destiny. Here, take a closer look, don't be afraid. So we've now unlocked prophecies. Beginning of the end. You will slay the undying champion. One additional skill slot. Prophesized. Porcupine. You will kill 12 enemies with shield bash. New item can drop from enemies. The porcupine shield. Okay. I'm guessing this heals? Oh yeah, that heals. Oh, and it allows us to allocate something. Looks like a skill tree. Let me get my mouse on this. Strength. Every level up grants increased damage. Increased attack. Armor or resistance, hit points. Okay, and then over here we've got dexterity, so movement, speed, attack range, and attack speed. And then over here, and they're all kind of shaped like, you know, so I guess that's meant to be like a shield of sorts. That's obviously a bow and arrow. And this, I guess, is meant to be like projectiles shooting out from this. Sort of like a spell or something. I don't know, maybe it's a bear paw. One or the other. But it looks like we've got none to allocate yet. I mean, I can try clicking on it, but nothing. Right. Customer, say, would you be interested to take a look at my wares? There's too few friends to be found around these parts. I would never offer a bad deal to a friend. So we could swap some gear out. We've got actually pretty good... Yeah, looking at our currently equipped stuff, it's pretty good in terms of helmets, weapons, shields, that sort of thing. We haven't got a cape yet. We've got 35 quid. I don't think they're necessarily better than ours. Those ones, because they give intelligence. We're not really doing that kind of build. That'd be good with, what's it, +4 strength. They'd be good. Hell, we could get these. Rare gloves for 18. A rare chest piece that also gives strength and hit points. Right. Get one banished. Get new shop offers. Get a reroll. Toxic trap. +1 to execute. Ice spears. We've not got a cape, so let's get one. And we will get... Let's get some nice plate armor. It's too bad you can't sell your old stuff to them. I mean, you can't, can you? No. Oh well. Right. Forgive me, I was absorbed in prayer. What sorrow brings you to this forsaken rock? Or was it perhaps destiny? Don't linger on our misfortune. For too long, or you shall be marked by the curse. Go forth, cross the chasm, and find your closure elsewhere. There's nothing for you here. But yeah, you're probably already able to see like the... I mean, to say that it's inspired, to say that it's inspired by Dark Souls is an understatement. Like, it very much wears it on its sleeve, the inspiration. Kinda like the vibe as well that it gives. Now we need to kill so many enemies with shield bash, so if we just let them attack us, it should kill, it should finish them off. Or maybe they're just gonna stand there like a moron. Right. We'll not worry too much about it, it'll just eventually happen, because we are using the skill, aren't we, so it'll just eventually trigger enough. Right. There's something up there that we want to get to, isn't there? Right. Let's see what we've got here. We can get a new skill, or we can level up our one of our current skills. Let's go with Spark. And then it looks like we've got a bunch of gear. Magic two-handed mace. We don't need a mace. We've already got a melee weapon. We don't need a two-handed one as our offhand thing. New. Well, they're obviously better. Way more armor. Doesn't give you dex, but it does give increased damage. So we'll take that. Ooh, magic resistance, increased lightning damage. It also looks kind of cool. But, our current one does give more armor. We'll go with it. I do like as well that all of this does show up on your character. It's funny it's still a funny thing to me that not all games these days do this. Like, not all RPGs do that. That, I think, should be a standard feature at this point in those sorts of games. It looks like that closes behind us. There's a lot of plague rats and we're getting steadily poisoned. I don't like this. Ooh. No. So these try to like throw rocks at you, it looks like. Okay. This might be interesting. Oh, it gives 6 strength. Okay. 6 physical attack, 13 hit points, increased knockback force, better damage, better armor pen. We're taking it. Now we're good. It looks like we can get to him through here. Where am I? I have no clue about how much time I've been sitting here. Maybe it's my time to go. Ow. Oh god. Oh, we've unlocked a new character. And we are nearly dead. We are going to die. Oh, we are absolutely going to die. Oh, that said, we did a lot of damage there. Oh, he immediately just ripped our head off. Suppose plague rats. So we've now got Ruvius, an elementalist, who's proficient in cloth armor, wands and staves, it looks like, with a starting skill that is Elemental Overload. When dealing fire, frost or lightning damage, gain an overload stack. Upon reaching 3 stacks for any element, release a nova that does damage around you. Okay. And lightning seems to do the most, fire the second most, and frost the least. So maybe the frost like freezes them, and maybe the fire burns them over time, I don't know. But it looks like lightning does the most damage, so we'll have to see about that. And we're all the way back here. So we'll give it one more go. Try this new character out, and then we'll probably call it there for our... Really? Oh, now it hits him. Jesus Christ. I immediately dislike this character. Yeah, it's like... Oh god. Right. They close the distance with you, and it doesn't seem to be... Like, how to put it? You aim where you run, so you have to, like, face them. You can't just, like, turn the right stick around on the pad to aim behind you or anything as you run away, so you kinda can't... Yeah, this is... Oh god. Yeah. Right, we're just gonna have to stand here and just hit them in the face with it, yeah. And the lock-on is a bit... To say it's loose is an understatement. Like, that one looked like it went straight through him, or over him, or something. Right. Yeah, that should have hit him. So it looks like... Yeah, those are straight up hitting him, but not hitting him. You know, it's like going over his head or something. Right. Yeah, that's going to be a big problem. I would go as far as say that this character doesn't currently... Like, look, that's going straight over his head. Like, it's aimed, some of them are hitting, some of them are straight up missing. Hey, that guy in there is talking to us this time. He wasn't talking to the last guy. Yeah, we're gonna die. Oh god, and I can't... I think there's a cooldown on the dodge. Yeah, you can see at the bottom when I use my dodge, so it's got like 1 charge now. 2 charges. And then it's recovering. Okay. And I'm dead. Okay, that character is actual hot garbage. Right. I will say though, I'm liking it. I think that what they need... let's see. So as of right now, I don't think there's actually any way of me actually blocking with the shield or anything. The combat is very much you just aim toward the thing you want to hit and press attack button repeatedly until enough numbers come up that the health bars are depleted. It's very simplistic. Okay, some good gloves. Magic two-handed mace. Oh god, that's a slow weapon. You're gonna have to anticipate enemies coming in with that. That's it, can I hit him from... No. Yeah, that's horrendous to use. I mean, if you can anticipate them coming in, you can get a nice hit on them. But otherwise not great. Hatchet of Strength. Get me out. Could it be? Did you just open that door? I forgot what freedom tastes like. Thank you. New character. Well, there we go. Let's see. Let's try Dragon's Breath. I think. So every few attacks will do a fire wave. Right. We don't need to interact with that. There's going to be the mini-boss over here, isn't there? Let's get some gear. Slow attack, but similar damage. I think we're good with the axe, because it's got faster attack speed and more strength. Though that does have armor pen, but I think we're fine. Two-handed axe. Sure, it's not as slow. Okay, rare axe. 5% attack speed. I thought that said 50%. Then I'm like, what? Attackers take 6 damage. 23% crit strike damage. Increased lightning damage. It's not crazy better, but sure. And we now have a cape. We are not doing much damage to this guy anymore, are we? get our dashes charged. It's about to hit the second phase. Let's get a good combo in before he goes to the second phase. It's going to be touch and go. I'm stuck on him. And I think he's, yeah, just got us at the end. Right. We needed a bit more damage. So now we've got Tizian? A ranger. Adept at swords, medium armor and bows. Starting skill is Deadeye. Increases attack range and has a chance to slow enemies when damaging them. Additionally, you shoot missiles towards all nearby enemies when attacking. Okay. We can give him a run and then we'll probably call it for our look at the demo here. So far, I would say that the combat is very simplistic. Not in a horrible way. Yeah, it's just how it is. The ranged combat needs a complete rework. Enemies can run as fast as you, so like here I can't break distance from him. I have to wait till my dashes are charged up, but then the dashes charge very slowly. Because I can't aim, yeah. The thing is the solution to this is extremely simple. They recommend using a controller. I am doing. The easiest thing to do here is just make it a twin stick. You know, just make it into a twin stick shooter. You could even then make it so that the block on the shield could even be directional. Because the other problem here is that the lock-on isn't really working at the moment. I've been mashing different buttons. There doesn't appear to be a button to like just lock on to an enemy so I can guarantee a hit. There might be on keyboard, I don't know. I think there were like a tutorial prompt that came up and went off pretty quick. But yeah. Do we want to swap our bow for a two-handed mace as the ranger character? No, that seems like a stupid idea. Like, the ranger kind of like somewhat auto-targets nearby enemies, so yeah. It looks like when that ability of his is ready, when he shoots, it kind of auto-targets, yeah. And then my dash wasn't ready, so I couldn't break distance. Yeah. The problem with the ranger and the mage as well, it's like you have no close quarters option. Until I pick up a new weapon, I have nothing as a close quarters option. I should be able to swap and do something when they get to me. Instead, I'm just kind of flailing around. Yeah, and your range, it looks like beyond a certain distance, you actually don't even target them. And like here, I should be able to like run backwards whilst firing. So, I would say so far my gripes with it are that, so the melee characters, and even I would straight up, I would rework the entire way that the combat works here. I would definitely make it into a twin stick, and I would make it so that, because at the moment you're aiming in the direction that you're moving. I can't move in one direction while aiming backwards. I would like to see the ability, for example, for me to do that, for me to be able to aim with one stick while moving. It would make the shooting significantly better. I think that with the warrior then, if you change to that system, you could then make the warrior so that the blocking is directional, and as long as he's facing his enemies, he'll block things from them up to like maybe a certain, I don't know, there'd be ways of doing it. Maybe it could be like on a timer, or like, you know, you block one attack every, you know, 5 seconds in the direction you're facing, or whatever it is. Or maybe it could be more along the lines of ooh, like you block damage up to a certain amount, or maybe you have like a, maybe he comes with like a stamina bar that he blocks until it runs out, or something. I don't know. There'd be ways of doing it, but let's see. Swirling Carnage maybe, because that'll kill enemies that get too close, perhaps. Might be worth a shot. Well, we did have axes swirling round us, then it just sort of went away. Yeah, so we can kind of use... Okay, the axes did nothing. And now we're nearly dead. Like, are they gonna... Okay, yeah, they don't like going a perfect circle around you either. They kind of wiggle. Yeah? So it's hard to actually line those up. That's a really bad skill. Right. We have 3 health. Okay. Let's see if we can get some of these. Oh, we've got an actual melee weapon now. Yep, give me a better bow. I don't want a wand. We definitely need a... oh, we get a shield. Oh, attack speed. Less armor. We'll keep what we've got. Right, now we're going to die horribly. I think there's no chance in hell we beat the boss. I'm gonna say we'll be lucky to survive the first bit. Yep, clipped his ankle, we're dead. It's an interesting concept. I like the idea of like a sort of low poly, more casual version of Dark Souls. It's like a little roguelike that you can be, you know, have a run and be done within the space of like an hour or so. I like the idea of it. I'm almost a little disappointed that these starting characters here are just that, they're characters and you'll unlock more as you go. I was almost looking forward to the idea when I saw that. I was like, ooh, I wonder if it's going to be like Rogue Legacy, where, you know, each time you die you choose from 3 random, you know, 2 or 3 random characters maybe, where they've all got different proficiencies and different starting abilities and so on. I thought, ooh, this could be quite interesting then, you know, with it being a roguelike, maybe that's what they're going to do, but no, it's just set characters. I would almost prefer you to have like maybe yeah, maybe different characters on the start here, but I think the thing that I would say that the devs definitely definitely need to focus on here, absolutely, it has to be the combat. The ranged combat in particular is poor. Horrendously poor. The wizard and ranger are practically unplayable. They should also start, even if it's just like a rusty dagger, start them with a melee weapon so that they've got something to fall back to when enemies get close. I spent the majority of that first part of the game there just trying to, not get rushed down by melee units, because that's the problem. It's like, not only is it not a twin stick, like, which by the way would completely solve the problem here. If it were just twin stick where I could aim one way while moving in another, that would solve the problem mostly. It'd make the combat feel a lot better. I think just moving to being a twin stick would be the better option here. Failing that, the other issues are that, what you could do is just make it so the character runs faster than the enemies do, so I can actually get some distance between and then start returning fire, because once they rush you down, you just start getting absolutely ripped apart and you can't really do anything. Or again, just start me with some kind of, like, just a knife. Right? Or just make the lock-on work. Because it's the way the lock-on works is it seems to be whatever character I'm attacking within a certain range, it kind of locks on. You see a little crosshair go above the head. That means I'm locked on, and it kind of gives me a bit of aim assist toward them. But when that's not happening, literally you seem to be unable to hit them, even if it's aimed at them. We kept seeing like magic bolts and arrows just fly over enemies' heads. So it literally has to be locked on to acknowledge that you're aiming at them and then move your character's aim toward them. So it's a very dodgy system. Bit, balked. It doesn't really work. So I think there's a lot of work to be done around the ranged combat especially. If they can get that fixed, and again, honestly, I would just make it a twin stick. I would make it so that the shield has like directional blocking, because then you can move in one way and aim in another, so you could kind of allow the shield to like block in a certain direction, and just like aim that way. I would also move the attack button onto like the right trigger if you're going to make it a twin stick. But yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, I think it's rough, very rough around the edges. But the concept, again, I like the idea of just like a top-down, more casual Dark Souls roguelike. Other games have tried to do like a Dark Souls inspired roguelike. The most notable one's probably Dead Cells. And the thing that really sold Dead Cells was its combat. They really innovated there. So I think this would have to do something similar. Like a twin stick Dark Souls sounds kinda cool. But yeah, when you're doing top down, I don't know why people do this. Like when you're doing a top-down perspective and you're doing any kind of like shooting or combat or anything like that, twin stick is absolutely the way to go. It feels much better. It's a lot easier to control and aim and move around with your character. Doing it with one stick doesn't feel right. It isn't, and it feels clumsy, you know. That's the other issue. It's like it just feels clunky and clumsy. So don't reinvent the wheel. There's no need. Twin stick works for a reason. It's just the better option. Like I've seen this a lot. Like literally, one of the reasons because I really liked Binding of Isaac when it came out back in the day. It looked, on paper, it should have been a game that I should absolutely love. But then I found out that it's not properly twin stick. It's like you move in like well, you can only move left, right, up and down, and then in the diagonals. and you can only shoot in those directions as well. And I'm like, why isn't it a twin stick? It's top down. It should be a twin stick. It's like, no. It's as if it was deliberately designed for keyboard because it only supports 4 directions. Like, or it's trying to be quote unquote retro. Completely put me off the game. I never played it much. I should have, and on paper I should have, but I ended up just never liking the game. Purely because of the movement. I'm actually trying to figure out why my character's like facing away from me there. Weird. Anyway. But yeah. Other than that, I think other than that though, this good. There's definitely a market for this. I think though. I think if the combat can be sorted, and it's not an enormous changing to twin stick here, because most of the foundations for it seem to be down already. It's just a case of making it so that you're looking one way while moving another. I don't think it would be, oh my god, we have to redesign the entire. I think that's more of a quick tweak that can probably be done in a week or two. Just getting everything working like that. The prompts need to come up for the controller in the menus and things, because I don't know what the bloody buttons are. It's showing me keyboard prompts. It shouldn't be saying like, press E to start game here. It should be saying, press A, because I've got an Xbox controller in. So little things like that. The other big tip I would say, gore. I would add gore to this. Like little pixelated things, I would just add a ton of gore. If it's meant to be like Dark Souls, it's. I mean, Dark Souls doesn't have like tons of gore when you kill enemies. But yeah, since it's like pixelated and you can't really see like loads of detail, I'd just make it so that when you kill enemies, it like rips limbs off and there's just like a giant blood splatter. But other than that, yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking the build that you like, the character building you do, and the gear and how it shows on your actual character model. I'm liking that, the skills and so on. I think it's definitely got legs, but at the moment I would probably only play as the warrior. Where is he? Here, yeah. I'd probably only play as Harold. The others seem like they would be pretty bad to play as. But yeah, that's been Heretical. And again, part of my coverage of the Steam Next Fest. This is available again as a demo at the moment. You can go and try it yourself if you've liked the video or you want to see more things on the channel, because we'll be covering more demos from the Steam Next Fest. Feel free to subscribe, put the notifications on to keep up with it, and they'll all be put into a playlist at the end if you want to quickly go through what I've covered, all in one spot. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on future videos where we'll be covering more demos from the Next Fest. I'll see you then.